So this comment says, it fills the opiate receptors the same way opiates do, and without it you go through withdrawal. So what's the difference, honestly? Well, the biggest difference is that kratom does not activate the beta-2 arrestin pathway, which is what causes respiratory depression from opioids. So right there is a huge difference. Opioids can cause respiratory depression, kratom can't. And also, there are alkaloids in kratom that actually block opioid receptors, such as your kappa receptors. Anthidine is one of kratom's 50 different alkaloids that actually diminishes the effects of opioids. So you're saying that it just self-sabotages, it just blocks itself. Kratom actually has a very different pharmacological profile than opioids do. It also has a very different botanical origin. The kratom tree is within the same family as the coffee tree, the Rubiaceae family. Kratom's alkaloids actually activate a bunch of different receptors in the brain that opioids do not, such as your adenosine receptors, the serotonergic, the dopaminergic, and the anticholinergic receptors. That's way different than opioids. Can kratom cause withdrawals in some people? Yes, 100% it can. But us kratom advocates don't prioritize if something can cause withdrawals or not, because sugar, caffeine, and even carbohydrates can cause withdrawals. We prioritize quality of life and saving people's lives. I was a horrible heroin addict before, literally in roach-infested motels all the time. Now I come home to a beautiful family of 4 kids with 1 being born any day now. And I can live a totally normal life. Am I physically dependent on kratom? Yes, just like 30% of Americans are physically dependent on caffeine. It's just that caffeine withdrawal is totally acceptable. And did you know that caffeine use disorder is actually a real medical term? Just like kratom use disorder is. But less than 10% of the population qualify for mild kratom substance use disorder. Then 3% of the population qualify for severe kratom use disorder. I fall into the 10%, and even with that, I still have been able to flourish. Tell me if I'd be able to live a normal life if I was still doing heroin. But what most people fail to realize when they demonize kratom is that the majority of people that use kratom are women over 40 who use it for chronic pain. As I'm sure you noticed, people used to get prescribed opioids like candy. It was no problem. I was 17 years old getting over 200 Norcos every single month. And then they really started to crack down, and now people that truly need it can't get it. I was part of the problem. I was abusing the system, while people now are stuck in chronic pain and can't get the medication that they really need. You might be lucky enough that you don't have to deal with chronic pain, but it's actually an epidemic. And illicit fentanyl running rampant on our streets is also an epidemic, and people are dropping like flies. And although kratom might not be perfect because nothing in life is, it gives people a fighting chance. So that's the difference, honestly.